Nobody pulling guard.
Can't say we get back.
Alex Pereira has entered the most crucial phase of his career as the Brazilian kickboxing legend immerses himself completely in preparation for his heavyweight showdown with Ciryl Gane. His combat approach seamlessly merges remarkable physical gifts with devastating power, and he's abandoned Brazil's warm climate for icy conditions, using the brutal winter elements to forge both mental resilience and physical conditioning. Through dynamic power exercises and targeted injury prevention work, the champion maintains laser focus while refusing to leave any detail unaddressed. Even amid playful exchanges with his training partners about the camp's grueling intensity, Pereira's determination remains unshakable as he develops the explosive force necessary to overcome a heavyweight technical mastermind like Gane.
Tenta ali embaixo, vai ser forte, porque tá cobrindo com a mão alta, a mão direita do lado, entendeu?
Pereira's combat methodology centers on patience combined with overwhelming power, as he maintains composure and allows opponents to initiate exchanges rather than forcing the action. His counter-striking mastery enables him to capitalize on opponents' attacks through subtle defensive movements that position him perfectly for devastating responses. When adversaries launch strikes, Pereira employs minimal head movement to avoid damage before unleashing immediate retaliation, with his signature left hook serving as a compact yet explosive weapon that can drop opponents while he remains just beyond their reach. This approach creates extreme danger because opponents often believe they're controlling the fight until they're suddenly caught by strikes they never anticipated.
Tenta ali embaixo, vai ser forte, porque tá cobrindo com a mão alta, a mão direita do lado, entendeu?
Yeah, that's the point.
Flash aqui, golpe, assim, direto.
Pereira continues refining his stone-handed boxing approach during intensive sessions with coach Glover Teixeira, emphasizing the development of his power and lethal left hooks. He's sparring with massive training partners including the towering 6'7" Teixeira to adjust his precise kickboxing techniques for the heavyweight division's larger frames. While maintaining the relentless pressure that served him at middleweight and light heavyweight, he's now focused on adding bulk to match the physical strength of natural heavyweights. Through his collaboration with Teixeira, he's steadily building the heavy-handed durability essential for defeating a specialist like Ciryl Gane.
Pereira has a frame, definitely has a skill set to fight a guy like Gane that's not really going to maybe use too much takedowns, and if he did, I think he would get tired. I think Gane's explosive, creative, he could fight going backwards, he could fight going laterally, very skilled, throws different strikes and stays light on his feet. I think he's going to cause Pereira a lot of trouble, especially early on, but I think Pereira gets it done. I think he finds a way to get to Gane and maybe take him out in the later rounds. So I'm leaning towards Pereira on that one, but I won't be surprised if Gane gets his hand raised because he's just so damn athletic, especially because he knows he's not going to have to defend takedowns or anything. I think it's going to be a great win.
This confrontation presents significant physical and technical obstacles, as Pereira's frame and the power requirements for heavyweight competition may not fully counter Gane's mobility and athletic advantages. Gane could exploit his speed and movement-based strategies to create early problems for Pereira in the opening exchanges. Nevertheless, there remains strong potential for Pereira to successfully transfer his power to the heavyweight class, providing him the capability to finish opponents decisively should he discover an opening in the championship rounds.
Saw you flying on a private jet with Alex Pereira, then you were training with Alex Pereira. How is heavyweight Alex Pereira looking?
He is looking great, and actually I'm very excited to see the fight. His fight against Ciryl Gane. I respect both of them. I think that they both are legendary fighters, and it's gonna be amazing to watch.
Did you guys spar at all? Were you competing with him, Ilya?
No way, no way. No way.
Ilia Topuria demonstrates tremendous respect and appreciation for Pereira's physical capabilities while expressing genuine excitement for the upcoming Pereira vs Gane battle. He acknowledges both competitors as extraordinarily skilled and anticipates their forthcoming encounter will deliver spectacular entertainment for viewers. Topuria explains that he's never engaged in sparring sessions with Pereira due to their significant weight differences, yet he continues displaying strong friendship and unwavering support for Pereira as the major fight approaches.
Soul of distance. One of the most noticeable aspects of this camp is his increased focus on grappling. This is a clear shift from his earlier approach, where striking was heavily prioritized, often at the expense of his ground game. At heavyweight, grappling becomes even more important. Fighters in this division often rely on wrestling and control to neutralize dangerous strikers. Pereira's team seems to understand this very well, and they are making sure he is not one-dimensional going into such a crucial phase of his career. There is also a strategic reason behind this grappling focus. If we consider a potential matchup with Ciryl Gane, it becomes obvious why Pereira is working so hard in this area. Gane is widely respected for his striking skills, movement, and technical ability on the feet. However, his past fights have exposed certain weaknesses in grappling and wrestling defense. Fighters who have been able to take him down and control him have found success. This does not mean Gane is weak overall, but it does show that grappling is an area where he can be challenged. Pereira and his team are likely studying these past performances carefully. They are not just preparing him to defend takedowns, but also to initiate grappling exchanges when the opportunity presents itself.
Since committing to the heavyweight move, Pereira's training camp has implemented dramatic strategic modifications to prepare the champion for his upcoming challenge. He and his coaching staff now dedicate extensive time developing his grappling and wrestling abilities, ensuring he doesn't remain a one-dimensional fighter limited to striking exchanges. They're preparing him to adapt to whatever tactical approaches Gane employs during their contest. Furthermore, Pereira and his team have studied Gane's historical wrestling vulnerabilities, with Pereira now practicing initiating grappling exchanges to exploit these weaknesses. This strategic evolution demonstrates Pereira's commitment to becoming a more complete fighter during this pivotal career moment.
Fight. There is also a mental component to this transition. Moving to a new weight class, especially heavyweight, comes with new challenges and expectations. Pereira appears focused and disciplined, which has always been a part of his identity as a fighter. His ability to stay calm under pressure and stick to a game plan is something that will serve him well in this new division. Looking at the bigger picture, this camp is about more than just preparing for a single opponent. It is about redefining Pereira as a fighter. By improving his grappling, maintaining his striking, and adapting to heavyweight dynamics, he is working toward becoming a more complete mixed martial artist. This evolution is necessary if he wants to compete with the best in the division.
Pereira's psychological toughness equals his physical abilities in importance, as the heavyweight transition brings additional pressure that his team ensures he's trained to handle through maintained discipline and composure against Gane's rapid, movement-heavy style. This mental fortitude helps him execute his game plan consistently, despite elevated stakes and different expectations. By integrating his striking with newly developed wrestling skills while adapting to heavyweight movement patterns, Pereira is transforming his entire fighting approach. This evolution represents a crucial step in proving his ability to compete with elite competition at the sport's highest weight class.
This camp reportedly carries a different atmosphere around him, not louder, not more emotional, just more focused. The intensity surrounding Pereira's preparation seems to have elevated to another level because he understands exactly what sits in front of him. Fighters often speak about motivation before big fights, but, motivation alone fades quickly when the body becomes exhausted. Dedication is different. Dedication survives pain, boredom, fatigue, sacrifice, and repetition. Pereira's career has been built on dedication. There is a coldness to his discipline that separates him from many athletes. He does not appear interested in distractions or theatrics. His entire mentality revolves around sharpening himself daily. The gym is not simply a workplace for him anymore. It is the environment where he transforms himself into something greater.
Pereira's training environment features a distinctive and demanding atmosphere as he's achieved unprecedented focus and determination through understanding the magnitude of his upcoming challenge. While other fighters require external motivation, Pereira operates on pure dedication, allowing him to overcome pain, monotony, and physical exhaustion. He approaches his preparation with clinical discipline, showing zero interest in typical distractions or celebrity aspects surrounding major UFC events. His entire mindset revolves around daily tool sharpening and continuous improvement. For this camp, the gymnasium has transformed into a specialized facility where Pereira can concentrate on evolving into his most dangerous version.
Last fight, but ultimately, I think when it boils down to it, I am going to go with Alex Pereira in this fight, and I do think he can knock out Ciryl Gane. Now look, obviously the big question is, can that power translate to heavyweight with Alex Pereira? We don't really know the answer to that. We'll have to see. We'll find out, obviously, in this fight. He wasn't able to knock out Jan Blachowicz at light heavyweight. There are fights where Pereira, didn't always get the knockout, but typically he does. He's got kind of that death touch. There's very few fighters that have the death touch. I put Pereira in that category. I put Ilia Topuria in that category. There's just certain fighters that have that death touch. I don't think Gane has that. Gane, if you look at his knockout wins, a lot of them were TKO wins. They weren't like one-punch knockout wins. They were more like punches and volume. So, again, I think
James Lynch recognizes Pereira among the UFC's elite strikers, highlighting his power and left hooks that provide single-shot knockout potential against any opponent. While acknowledging his defense as merely adequate, Lynch notes that eliminating weight cuts at heavyweight enhances Pereira's durability throughout extended rounds against Gane. Lynch predicts Pereira will secure victory via knockout in the 4th round after gradually breaking down Gane through sustained striking exchanges.
He's moved up to heavyweight. Of course, he's going to look a little bit heavier. He's going to be a little less ripped. The abs aren't going to be popping, okay? That's just science. What do you guys expect him to do? Put on, 40 pounds of muscle and move up and be a real heavyweight? See, that's the problem. He can't do that. We can't go out there and take steroids. You can have all the protein powder you want in the world. But if you're training for a mixed martial arts fight, and you're not taking steroids, you're going to have a real hard time putting on muscle because all the cardiovascular style training, the wrestling, the sparring, the hitting the pads, the running that you need to do for your conditioning, that all eats away at putting muscle on. The only weight that you're going to gain will be water weight or fat, and that's okay.
Michael Bisping responded to Pereira fans criticizing his weight gain by explaining that heavyweight transitions naturally result in less defined musculature compared to lower weight classes. He emphasizes that training camps involve massive amounts of cardio, wrestling, and sparring, making pure muscle gain extremely difficult without prohibited substances like steroids. Because Pereira trains intensively for the Gane fight, his body burns through energy rapidly, preventing visible muscle development and meaning weight increases likely consist of water or fat. Bisping argues this is perfectly normal and expected since camp focuses on conditioning and skill development rather than bodybuilding aesthetics. As UFC 307 approaches, attention centers on whether Pereira's power and relentless preparation can conquer a 3rd weight division. While Gane presents technical challenges, Pereira's camp has demonstrated discipline and focus that's difficult to doubt. Whether concluding with a left hook or tactical battle, Pereira stands ready to prove his dominance, leaving fans to debate whether his power will overwhelm Gane or if Gane's movement will make the crucial difference.